Naruto's story is one that spans years, has its ups and downs, and plenty of moments that coaxed a tear from even the strongest of viewers. Not me, of course, I never cry. I definitely didn't cry during the popsicle scene after Pain killed Jiraiya. I definitely didn't cry. As I was saying, Naruto would go through many hardships through the course of his life. Hardships that would result in him growing as a person and becoming the Hokage eventually. However, we sometimes never realize just how fragile this path was, and just how much Naruto relied on other people and their love to keep him going. Naruto, despite believing it all, isn't some unbreakable god. We've seen him crumble before. We've seen stress and strain catch up with him, one notable time being during his time in the Land of Iron. After hoping to save Sasuke by begging Raikage A to pardon him for what he had done, and subsequently being shot down by the Raikage, Naruto, acting like everything will be okay, finally loses it and has a panic attack that leaves him bedridden and depressed. Yes, he did recover from it, but only in an attempt to save Sasuke once more when Sakura decided that she would kill Sasuke. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I'm going to be changing what could be the most important moment in Naruto's life as a whole. At the very beginning, Naruto was a troublemaker because he believed that nobody cared even in the slightest about him. So when Mizuki asked him to steal the Scroll of Sealing, a scroll that holds knowledge of every forbidden jutsu that Konoha has ever devised, Naruto did so without question, hoping to simply learn the jutsu that he needs to pass the test. Only when Iruka-sensei shows up to stop Naruto do things take a sudden turn. When Iruka protects the boy from what could have been a fatal wound, we see Naruto's reaction to that one person who seemed to care. He's overwhelmed emotionally, and these emotions spill out to his face in a steady stream of snot and tears. It was this moment that changed Naruto's life forever, the discovery of that elusive feeling we all know as love. With it, he used his technique that he learned from the scroll, the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, to bring down Mizuki, return the scroll to its rightful place, and make his way to becoming a shinobi worthy of the title Hokage. But of course, you guys know me. Whenever I find a moment that holds plenty of weight, I decide to change it and see what happens. I'm the Eren in Iruka's ear telling him, "Don't you hate that boy for killing your parents?" So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove that one moment that changed everything for Naruto. Cruel? Yes. Entertaining? Definitely. Sit back and relax and let me tell you a little story. Welcome to the Amagi. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Also, be sure to check and see if you are still subscribed. YouTube has been unsubscribing people lately for whatever reason, and we just want to make sure that you don't miss out on any more of our videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. Also, we just released some brand new merch, so if you'd like to show your support for the channel even more, while at the same time repping some stylish clothes, be sure to check that out as well. The store is linked below. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Our story starts atop that particular swing set that got more screen time than Tenten and Iruka put together. The series' saddest song plays in the background, a song literally called Sadness and Sorrow. Once again, Naruto had failed. He couldn't even pull off the Shadow Clone Jutsu. As he sat there, he reflected upon the crappy hand life had given him. No parents, no friends, living alone in a little apartment, trying his best to balance his allowance to ensure he had enough to eat this month. Many nights he had gone to bed hungry due to his inability to properly balance his account, and that's why he loved ramen. It was cheap, it was good, and that one man in Ichiraku offered him a few bowls on the house when the going got tough. That man was the only flicker of light in his young life. Alas, this could not balance out the fact that every person in the village hated him and wished he were dead. Many nights Naruto would curse them as he slept. Many nights he would curse fate, he'd curse himself. He'd often pull pranks just to be noticed by people, vandalizing the village, the monument. He just wanted to be seen. Even bad publicity was good publicity if it meant at least someone acknowledged that he was even alive. In fact, he had just finished vandalizing the village and cleaning it up again moments before the test. And still, he failed. He watched as his classmates came and went, becoming genin, joining teams, being assigned mentors. Naruto? He just sat on this swing set, longing for the day that he could also become something worthy of recognition. But he couldn't. He was a screw-up. He had no skill in jutsu or anything. All he was good for was being an annoyance. People wanted him gone, so maybe he should go. As he lamented his place in life and his own lack of anything resembling skill, he's approached by an adult who seemingly offers him a chance at gaining the information required to become a powerful ninja. Mizuki tells him about the Scroll of Seals, a scroll full of the most powerful and forbidden arts of the Hidden Leaf. Surely if Naruto knew one of those techniques, they would let him pass. The only catch was that it was in the Hokage's residence. Naruto would need to prove himself worthy by breaking in and stealing it, so as night rolled around, Naruto did just that. He snuck into the Hokage's residence where he would take the scroll and leave to the nearby forest to read it. It didn't take long for Hiruzen to recognize this. He scrambled the Anbu, informing them that a powerful top-secret document had been stolen and was now in the hands of an enemy. They go out to search. Suddenly, Mizuki shows up to take the scroll. This is when Iruka shows up and begins to explain to Naruto what he had done, demanding that he return the scroll under threat of violence. Mizuki would attack both. He would kill Iruka and then attack Naruto, informing him of the real reason why he demanded Naruto steal it. Because he knew if he cast all the blame onto the hated nine-tailed fox vessel, not only would Mizuki get away scot-free, but he would succeed in destroying the Nine-Tails once and for all. In terror, Naruto runs. He grasps the scroll as he flees, but Mizuki is close on his tails. What was this about the Nine-Tails? Was that why everyone hated him? Was it true? Was Naruto really nothing more than a demon? Tears dripped down his face as he ran, realizing that it was he who had attacked the village all of those years earlier. Everyone who died had died because of him. That was why everyone hated him. That was why Naruto was spat upon and abused by every adult. They knew what he was and couldn't tell him, but it didn't stop their hate. And worst of all, Naruto deserved it. But despite all of this, he was still a child. A scared child. One that didn't want to go away. One that didn't want to die. And yet Mizuki was behind him. Naruto, in a moment of desperation, attempted the technique he had just read about in the scroll. Putting his hands together, he formed a plus sign and formed not one, or two, or even three, but hundreds of shadow clones. Something that astounded both him and Mizuki. Naruto would make his last stand, attempting to beat Mizuki. He beats Mizuki senseless, but by this time he can hear the Anbu on their way. They had found Iruka's body. They exclaimed that he was dead before cursing that damn boy. Naruto hadn't killed Iruka, it was Mizuki, but would they believe him? That was when Mizuki called out, "Over here! Found him!" He smiled nefariously. If he couldn't have the scroll, oh well, but he would at least drag Naruto down for this. Naruto began to flee. He knew that his word would never be believed over Mizuki's. Naruto would know that this would result in imprisonment or worse, so he had no choice but to leave. He had to escape the village. Taking the scroll, he jumped over the walls. On the run, he kept going without stopping, unsure of where he was. Naruto's name in the village would be added to the most wanted list, right beside Orochimaru. Naruto would run into the wild, attempting to survive on his own. He read the scroll and tried to make sense of it, but alas, he wasn't able to do much without a teacher. The Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu was a fluke. He didn't have the intelligence to do it by himself. He had ruined his life for this. For so long, he tried his best to live on his own. It wasn't easy, but he was slowly making headway. He was keeping himself fed, but finding shelter was not something so easily done. He could make a fire, he could build a little shelter, but it all did very little to keep him warm. At least one point in time, he accidentally set the ground surrounding him on fire. Trees going up, grass burning. He'd managed to escape, but just barely. It's then that he's found by a man with long black hair and pale complexion. "Hello, little one," the man would say. Naruto, protectively clinging to his scroll, would ask what he wanted. The man would introduce himself as Orochimaru and would mention that he had seen the fire in the distance, which was why he approached him. Of course, this was a partial lie. Orochimaru had actually been following Naruto for a while, ever since he heard that he escaped the village with the Scroll of Seals. He mentioned that, like Naruto, Orochimaru was also an outcast, and could never return to the village. He told Naruto that he had instead formed a village only for outcasts, a village where he could be free and would not be judged for the things that others judged him for. Naruto did not know if he could trust Orochimaru, but he recognized the fact that if he didn't trust him, he would end up dead. Naruto joined Orochimaru and went to the village hidden by sound. When he gets there, he finds that it is a rough place, full of experiments and ninja whose bodies were modified. Nonetheless, they didn't hate him for what he was. He did get the feeling, though, that strength was the only attribute that mattered here, and so, to gain the recognition he desired, Naruto would need to be strong. It was a thing that Orochimaru promised would happen if he aided him in learning the contents of the Scroll of Seals. Naruto would eventually meet various shinobi, among which was Kabuto, a kid just a little older than him, and Kimimaro, one of Orochimaru's most powerful warriors, though he was sick with an incurable disease. Together with Orochimaru, Naruto began to study the scroll, and after promises that he could make him the strongest shinobi in the village, stronger than Kabuto, stronger than even Kimimaro, even possibly stronger than Orochimaru, Naruto allowed for Orochimaru to perform experiments on him. One experiment in particular was to add an experimental curse mark to his 8 trigram seal, which would allow him to make use of the Nine Tails chakra without needing to worry about losing control or having Kurama break out. However, this seal caused him to enter a strange transformation. Much like how Sora's arm would transform into a clawed, beastly appendage covered in scales, Naruto's entire body goes through such a process similar to the stage 2 of a cursed mark, something noted by Kimimaro and the other members of the Sound Five. Now, a brief explanation of something. Due to Naruto's lack of involvement in Team 7, there are 2 possibilities. Either Team 7 never goes on the Land of Waves mission, since it was Naruto's involvement that caused them to be assigned to the mission. The other possibility is that if they do go, it doesn't end well. Either way, the mission ends in failure, with Gato and his men assassinating Tazuna and canceling the construction of the bridge. The Land of Waves remains firmly under Gato's control. Naruto continues to study the Scroll of Seals with Orochimaru, as do many in Orochimaru's village. Naruto, despite everything, shows an unnatural ability to grow. Naruto is strong and talented. The only issue was that nobody ever nurtured that growth, and so it stagnated, causing him to be witnessed as below average. Due to this, Naruto begins to venerate Orochimaru, as many in Otogakure do. Due to this, Naruto would be assigned to Team Dosu under the codename Menma. His presence replaces Kintsuchi, though Orochimaru promises her that she will have a big part in the upcoming crush of Konoha. Naruto is a little hesitant when he learns that he will be helping to destroy Konoha, but Orochimaru tells him that it is what is for the best. The village had abused him for so long and currently had special operations units out with both Orochimaru and Naruto's heads circled in their bingo books. He tells Naruto that the only way for them to finally be free is to eradicate the village, and so, together, Naruto and the rest of Team Dosu go to the Hidden Leaf. While there, they sign up for the Chunin exams. As they entered the village, they were informed of their mission to kill Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto would protest, but Orochimaru would simply say that it's a test. They're not actually going to kill Sasuke, they're just going to try their damnedest to see how far they can push him. 3 teams enter the village. Team Dosu actually entering as a team of Otogakure. Then there's Team Kabuto, a team entering as Konoha Genin, and then there is Team Shiore, a team led by Orochimaru under the guise of being Kusagakure Genin. They'll participate in the Chunin exams with simple objectives: kill, secretly capture Sasuke, and kill the 3rd Hokage while devastating the village and its military forces. Naruto enters the village alongside many others. His face is obscured by a mask and his hair is dyed to change its color to black. Wearing the headband possessing a song note, Naruto and the rest of Team Dosu begin to enter the Chunin exams. While there, he looks about and notices the Rookie 9. These fresh shinobi who aren't any more experienced than Naruto is would be Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akamichi, Hiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame, Hinata Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and one other genin who I will kill as soon as the Forest of Death starts, because I don't want to think up an elaborate backstory. For now, we'll just call him Ninja Bob. He has an eye patch and a kunai for a hand. His leg is a peg leg and his whole gimmick is being a pirate, but in actuality, his pirate accessories are a home for various ninja tools. Alright, I had a little bit too much fun with that. I'll give him a little bit of backstory. He grows up in the Land of Waves under Gato's rule, but when his father joins Gato's group, Bob sneaks aboard a pirate ship and escapes to the sea, where he discovers that he's good at being a ninja, when he single-handedly takes an entire fishing ship all by himself. He would eventually lose an arm, a leg, and an eye in battle, but he replaces them. He then travels to Konoha, where he displays the ability to use jutsu with only one hand. He is put on Team 7. There, now he has a backstory. I'm still gonna kill him immediately because he is a joke character meant to explain stuff. Naruto witnesses the Rookie 9 and notices Sasuke and Sakura, the latter of which he had always had a crush on and had always wanted to have on his team. Part of him wants to talk to her, but when she looks at him from across the room, he just freezes and waves. She seems creeped out by it and just waves back to say hello. It's then that they witness Kabuto getting buddy-buddy with them and giving out information. He insults Otogakure, to which Dosu barely strikes, causing Kabuto to puke. Naruto wonders if this is scripted or just rivalry, but in the end, Naruto follows up by it by leaning forward, telling him, yeah, what he said, and continuing on. Naruto sits in his chair in front of the piece of paper. He puts an earpiece in that had been devised by Orochimaru to ensure most of his team passed. He begins to ace the test. Then comes the 10th question, which ensures that if he fails to answer it, he'll be a genin forever. At first this scares Naruto, but then Orochimaru informs him over the earpiece that Ibiki Marino can't do that, and that Naruto technically is beyond the concept of genin, chunin, and jonin in Otogakure. Naruto takes the logic and decides to answer the question, which was a trick question anyway. He'd move on to the Forest of Death. They wait there and plan to attack Sasuke. Naruto would wait with most of Team Dosu. There he would prepare to ambush him. It's then that they find him unconscious. Sakura sits with Ninja Bob as Team Dosu appears to attack them. In the ensuing battle, Ninja Bob yos his last ho as his pirate life comes to an end. They face off against Sakura. It's there that the rest of the Rookie 9, now technically Rookie 8, get together to defend their members from Team Dosu. During this, Naruto is having a crisis of conscience as they have just killed a member of Team 7 and are now brutally beating Sakura, forcing her to cut her hair just to escape. In the end though, Sasuke awakens, and when he does, a deep purple chakra comes off him as a black seal covers his face and body. After asking who it was that beat Sakura up, Zaku admits that it was him. From there, Zaku gets his butt whooped and his shoulders dislocated. Sasuke asks who's next, and Dosu, in terror, is unable to speak as Sasuke comes closer. Naruto steps between the two, which surprises Sasuke and Dosu. Naruto states that he will test him for the master, just as he was told to. He enters a version of the Stage 1 curse mark in which the spiral seal on Naruto's stomach begins to spiral outward, covering his entire body in seal lines and swirl marks. A crimson chakra flares around him as Sasuke smiles with excitement. Together the two do battle, with each one using their various jutsu and techniques. Naruto at this point knows he could beat Sasuke, but isn't going to because that's not what Orochimaru wanted. In the end, he pushes Sasuke back and Naruto stops, stating that Sasuke still has a way to go before Lord Orochimaru is ready for him. He grabs Zaku and Dosu and proceeds to leave, finding another scroll so his team may advance. After this, they enter the preliminaries of the Chunin exam's 3rd round. Naruto watches the battles with interest, and when Zaku suffers traumatic injury in a battle against Shino, Naruto can't help but feel bad for Zaku. It just really isn't his week. First, his arms are dislocated by Sasuke and another practically blown off by Shino. Dosu ends up having to fight Choji and wins, and Naruto himself must face off against Shikamaru. Naruto manages to get caught in Shikamaru's Shadow Possession Jutsu, but due to it incapacitating both, it is not the best move to use in this sort of battle with no help on the outside. Naruto would eventually break free and bring Shikamaru down. They then get a month off. Naruto meets with Orochimaru and Dosu afterward, who discuss how the mission's going. Dosu vows to avenge Zaku, but this never comes to pass as he attempts to assassinate Gaara and instead is killed. This leaves Naruto as the last member of Team Dosu who can fight. Orochimaru tells Naruto to get some rest and to be ready because in the next month he plans to unleash hell on Konoha. Naruto does just that. He travels around the village a little, enjoying life among the village under a new name and face. He experiences life as a member of the Leaf Wood. He gets the skunk eye by many villagers, but they don't stand against him. He actually gains quite a reputation as a kind soul. He tends to eat at Ichiraku Ramen and even visits his old apartment. Amazingly, the lock was never changed. He tends to crash there a while. During his time in the village, he comes across Sakura, where he decides to finally talk to her. She, at first, seems a little hostile towards him, but is surprised when he actually apologizes for his and the rest of Team Dosu's behavior. She's caught off guard by this, and he asks if he can make it up to her with perhaps some ramen. She accepts, and so he takes her to Ichiraku Ramen, where he has to deal with the oddness of trying to eat without removing his mask. He knows he'll never have a shot with her, but he does think it is nice to have what he might construe as a date. In the end, the two of them part on very good terms, making her think he wasn't so bad of a guy. Naruto would then continue about his week, studying, training, and resting. Then, when the finals roll around, Naruto's ready. He must face off against Temari during his match, and through use of superior techniques and strength that he's obtained through training with Orochimaru, Naruto manages to come out on top. However, he realizes he will not get to face Sasuke in the finals as the planned attack is coming. According to Orochimaru's plan, Sasuke will face off against Gaara, and before the end, Gaara will shift into Shukaku to destroy the village, while Orochimaru himself will deal with the Hokage. This doesn't come to pass though, as Gaara freaks out after actually being hurt and has to be evacuated by his friends, leaving Sasuke to chase after him. Kabuto casts his Genjutsu over everyone in the arena, and Naruto knows that he must take Gaara's place. So pushing his seal to the max, he transforms into a ghastly version of the Ninetales. A pale maroon-colored Ninetales whose eyes are like burning fire, its body covered in black seals crossing over it from the underside, spreading out. He goes about shattering the village, attempting to bring it down to its knees. Jiraiya would have defeated Orochimaru's snakes by this time and would focus on Naruto. Naruto has no clue who this person is, but Jiraiya knows who it is, crying out, "Stop this, Naruto!" Naruto ignores him and attempts to continue eradicating the village. However, upon witnessing Sakura calling out to Menma to stop, he has a change of heart and begins to slow down. This allows Jiraiya to use a suppressing jutsu to pull Naruto out of his state and leave him unconscious. Sakura is confused, and Jiraiya explains that this isn't Menma, it's Naruto. Sakura is confused. She knew him. He was her classmate for a time. Jiraiya would then attempt to hide Naruto, giving him over to Sakura's care while he reported back to the officials that the Ninetales had escaped in human form and fled over the walls. Orochimaru had also fled due to the sealing of his arms, and the Hokage was dead. Sasuke had failed to defeat Gaara and was placed in the hospital as the latter escaped. Naruto wakes up in his old apartment in bed as Sakura tends to his wounds. He falls out of bed when he realizes he isn't wearing his mask, but she tells him to be calm and that she knows who he is. He sighs and gives up. She asks him why he's teamed up with Orochimaru and, worse yet, destroying the village. Naruto explains to her the truth, that he had mistakenly stolen the scroll of sealing under Mizuki's dare, and that Mizuki had betrayed him and killed Iruka before trying to kill him too. Naruto states that he had beaten Mizuki but was unable to remain in the village as the entire village believed him to be a murderer, thief, and monster. Sakura seemed surprised to hear that the academy teacher to replace Iruka was actually Iruka's murderer. She tells Naruto that it isn't too late and that he can return to the village if he tells his side of the story. Naruto tells her that nobody will believe her, but it's then that Jiraiya comes in, stating that he might be wrong about that. He tells Naruto that Mizuki in the past had been accused of killing another of his teammates and was investigated due to this, but he was cleared when there was little to no evidence to convict him. Jiraiya further states that he would still probably be apprehended by Konoha for his help in destroying the village, though the curse mark introduced to his seal could be used as a defense for that. Naruto seemed unwilling to follow through with it though. Jiraiya asks him to stick with him for a while so they can talk. And so, when Jiraiya is asked to go recruit Tsunade, he asks Naruto to come with him in secret. Naruto agrees, and so they go off to find Tsunade. Due to Naruto no longer officially being a member of the village, as well as nobody really knowing where he is, Itachi and Kisame never find him, nor do they come to the village and cast a Genjutsu over Kakashi. Naruto follows Jiraiya, who tells him the stories of Orochimaru, how he had once been his teammate, and that he had thrown all of that away over his human experiments. Jiraiya had begged him to stop, but Orochimaru left the village anyway. Naruto asks why he's telling him this, and Jiraiya said that it was to let Naruto know who Orochimaru truly was, and that Orochimaru only uses people. Naruto listens quietly as they go. Eventually they meet Tsunade, and she asks who the black-haired boy is with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya just says that he's a friend of a friend. He tries to convince her to return to the village with him, but she refuses. She plans to meet with Orochimaru to heal his arms, or so she claims. In actuality, she plans to kill him. Tsunade would eventually meet with him, only to have Jiraiya and Naruto meet up with her thereafter. Kabuto and Orochimaru display their surprise to see Naruto there. Tsunade and Jiraiya end up getting pushed by Kabuto and Orochimaru, so Naruto returns to Orochimaru's team as he had grown fond of Jiraiya and Tsunade. This would spare their lives, as Orochimaru would feel that he got something out of the disastrous meeting and would allow Naruto to come with him. Jiraiya and Tsunade are startled, and in the end, Jiraiya must tell her the truth. Tsunade would then return to the village with Jiraiya, where she would then become the Hokage. Orochimaru commends Naruto for his loyalty and in returning to him. Naruto would return to Otogakure, where he'd be assigned to the Sound 4, becoming its new leader in training, with Kimimaro training him further to replace him the day he dies. Naruto begins to grow fond of Kimimaro, as he treats him very well and is very kind despite the circumstances of his imminent demise. Naruto would be informed of a mission to the Leaf. Naruto seems a little uneasy, but upon hearing that he is not being tasked with destroying the village, instead convincing Sasuke to join them, Naruto becomes a bit more pleased with this. So he joins the Sound Four and returns to Konoha to recruit Sasuke. Together they fight Sasuke and push him back, and Naruto tells him that Orochimaru can give him real power. He tells him that the curse mark that Orochimaru put on his shoulder is just in its opening stage, and that it's just a taste of the power he could have. Naruto and the other members of the team leave, having sufficiently tempted Sasuke into joining them. They wait until Sasuke eventually appears at the gates. They would give him the pill and put him in the jar. Naruto would volunteer to carry him. They move with Sasuke in tow until they're confronted by Shikamaru's rescue team. Naruto attempts to escape until he's met by Rock Lee. However, before Naruto can fight, Kimimaro would appear to fight in his place. Naruto would run off. Kimimaro would manage to kill Rock Lee since Gaara never reforms nor returns in this arc. This does leave Kimimaro extremely tired, with his stamina quickly leaving him. Naruto would stop in the Valley of the End, where Sasuke would escape his jar with newfound power. Naruto would greet Sasuke and the two would converse for a short time over what they'll do. It's then that Kimimaro appears and offers to lead them back. However, before he can, he begins to vomit blood and his legs go out from under him. Naruto catches him and Sasuke asks what the matter is with him. Naruto explains that Kimimaro is incurably sick. Kimimaro would look to Naruto, telling him that the other members of the Sound Five are gone and that soon Naruto will be all alone. Naruto asks Kimimaro to hold on, but Kimimaro says he has held on long enough, stating that he is no longer any use to Lord Orochimaru. He says that the meaning behind his life is gone, and so he doesn't mind casting it off. Kimimaro dies, and this upsets Naruto. But upon urging from Sasuke, Naruto stands and the two make their way to Orochimaru's lab, where Naruto is commended for his fine work and Sasuke is welcomed. From there, the two of them serve Orochimaru loyally, growing in strength and learning various techniques. They would both, during this time span, be sent by Orochimaru to one of his labs to deliver research materials. There they would meet Karin and detain an escaped Suigetsu. After this, they would both return, where Orochimaru tests their strength in each defeating 1,000 warriors, a feat both Naruto and Sasuke complete together. Elsewhere, Gaara would be killed, and Sakura and Kakashi alone would be unable to stop the Akatsuki. Naruto and Sasuke would be waiting when Orochimaru takes Naruto to the side and tells him that a member of the Akatsuki is going to be meeting with Kabuto, a member named Sasori. He tells Naruto that Sasori is a terrorist and was responsible for the recent death of Gaara and the theft of the One Tail from Tsunagakure. He tells Naruto that together they can kill him, and so Naruto agrees. He goes with Orochimaru and Kabuto. Orochimaru would be concealed on one side of the bridge and Naruto on the other. Kabuto would beat with Sasori, and then the trap is sprung. Naruto joins in, attacking with everything he can, and in the end manages to kill Sasori. They dispose of him by throwing him in the river, and then they all return to the lab where they collect Sasuke and move. They know Sasori isn't the only Akatsuki member who knew of that location, and now that Sasori was dead, they would need to hide or else the Akatsuki would find and kill them. Not long after this, Sasuke comes to Naruto and speaks. He tells him that he knows he has doubts about Orochimaru and that he has nowhere else to go, which is the only reason why he's staying. He tells Naruto that together they can overthrow Orochimaru, as he is the scum of the earth anyway. Naruto agrees and they both lay in wait. When the time is right, they spring their trap on the ailing Orochimaru and kill him, with Sasuke absorbing much of his abilities into himself. Naruto would take the Scroll of Seals and would leave the lab. Naruto and Sasuke would put together a team, and Naruto would ask what is it that they plan to do, which Sasuke declares that they will kill Itachi, the person who had destroyed the Uchiha. They recruit Karin and Suigetsu, and they also recruit Jugo, and all 5 of them would then move on. On their mission to find and kill Itachi, they're confronted by Tobi and Deidara, the latter of which Sasuke kills personally. Sasuke then receives a message from Itachi asking him to meet him at the Uchiha hideout, which he does. They meet there and Sasuke would fight him. Sasuke just barely comes out on top while Naruto waits below. Much time passes and it's revealed that Tobi is prepared to help Sasuke get revenge on Konoha if he helps him get the 8 Tails. This sets off a red flag for Naruto, who tells him to deny Tobi. Sasuke denies this, and so Naruto goes his own way, knowing that he'll eventually become a target of the Akatsuki. Having nowhere to go once more, Naruto regrets having helped Sasuke kill Orochimaru. It's then that he's found by Kabuto, who, having grafted parts of Orochimaru's remains to himself, comments on how treason doesn't pay well. Naruto looks back and asks if Kabuto plans to kill him. Kabuto denies this, saying that he cannot judge Naruto. Sasuke was a bad influence. He says that he believes Naruto would be far better for him alive, and so he allows Naruto back into the fold. Naruto would go with him and become his bodyguard, helping him with tests and with grafting more DNA to his body. Together they would venture to Ryuchi Cave, where Naruto would, alongside Kabuto, learn Sage Mode from the Snake Sages. They're then approached by Black Zetsu, who shows Kabuto the body of Madara Uchiha. Naruto is once more disturbed by the fact that they will need to deal with the Akatsuki, but Kabuto reaffirms Naruto by telling him that dealing with your adversaries isn't bad, not if you hold all the cards. And so they make a deal with Tobi by revealing Madara's corpse, letting him know that they know that Tobi isn't Madara. Together, they work out the deal that they won't use Naruto's Nine Tails, and Tobi agrees, but only in the case that they provide him with something containing even a fragment of the Nine Tails power. This pleases Tobi. Now, before you ask, yes, Jiraiya is dead. No, Pain did not attack Konoha due to having no need to. Pain is still alive at this point. However, that won't be forever, as Tobi does plan to assassinate Pain, which he manages to do after following Konan to the true Pain's location. Nagato himself at this point is far too weak to defend himself, and the defeat of Konan leaves him defenseless. Tobi would claim the Rinnegan, and they would begin the 4th Shinobi World War. During the 4th Shinobi World War, Naruto stays close to Kabuto as he commands the Edo-tensei from a distance. He would follow Kabuto to the Turtle Island where Killer Bee is and would help with the capture of the Eight Tails. The allied shinobi forces are absolutely wrecked by the Edo-tensei, especially Pain and Itachi, as the Zetsu infiltrate and destroy them from within. In the end, they're unable to defeat Obito, who becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Sasuke never meets with Itachi. Sasuke never questions the previous 4 Hokage, and Sasuke never joins the attempt to stop Tobi, and Madara can't either since he is still dead, so in the end, Obito approaches the moon ready to cast the Infinite Tsukiyomi. That is when Kaguya strikes, takes over his body, and casts a genjutsu over everyone, putting them all to sleep. This includes Naruto. From here, Kaguya would reclaim all chakra on Earth. Or so I believe. But what about you? What do you think about this? I sorta went nuts a little. It's equally possible that Naruto just sticks with Jiraiya, and when Tsunade becomes Hokage, she just pardons him and sends Mizuki to prison. Not entirely sure. I just thought that letting Naruto join the dark side would be far more fun and a lot more entertaining. It would have likely gotten too back on track if he just returned to the village. Well, maybe not back on track, but close enough that it wouldn't be as much fun. But that's just me. What do you think? Did something happen that you thought shouldn't? Or did you think something that shouldn't have happened should have? I'd be interested to hear all about it. Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.